You know they were. Police in Hoboken were ready for city's festive SantaCon event yesterday, or we're going to call it an event. Thousands of people dressed up, turned out. At least a dozen bars took part in the festivities. Wrapped up at 6 o'clock last night, or at least they were supposed to. In previous years, the bar crawl resulted in some unnecessary mayhem and a handful of arrests. This year, however, the atmosphere was fun and peaceful, and nobody had any issues. And so that was really nice out.
Yeah.
So
how beautiful it was.
I know. I like that sparkly dress, lady.
Yeah.
That was cute.
So maybe even more establishments will participate next year because it is a fundraiser.
Y'all just need to behave.
We got to remember it's for charity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that it went off without a hitch yesterday.
Yes.
The forecast cooperated. If it were tonight, it'd be a totally different story. But
That's
for open streets today, I know it's the final one on Fifth Ave. I think you got some dry hours. There's some drizzle out there. There's some cloud cover. But the real scattered rain, that shows up as we head toward lunchtime later this afternoon. 49 degrees and cloudy right now. Looking at temperatures across the tri-state, this is the bright spot today. We start in the mid-upper 40s. We end in the mid-50s. That's 10 degrees above average. But no one is focused on the weather when we have this kind of forecast. A strong storm coming and spreading rain and really gusty wind by tonight. Wanted to start with the radar here because we are seeing some spotty light areas of drizzle for eastern half of Suffolk County moving into Fairfield County near Bridgeport. It's not much. It might not even be reaching the ground at this point, but we continue to funnel in that moisture to the atmosphere today. And by the time this storm system lifts north and this front shifts further east, we're seeing heavy rain. So we watch those rain chances steadily increase throughout the day. As far as the severe weather risk goes, we are at a level 1 slight risk for these strong storms to turn severe as we move into tomorrow. But the primary threats remain. That's the heavy rain that can lead to flooding, which is why there's a flood watch in effect across the tri-state with a forecast of 2 to 4 inches. We also could see some coastal flooding. Watch out for that with the coastal flood advisory posted down the Jersey Shore as we move toward high tide tomorrow. 1.5 to 2.5 feet of inundation around high tide with the coastal flooding. And then also the wind. This is a big weather headline for this storm system. Starting tonight into tomorrow morning, our coastal communities could gust 50 to 60 miles per hour, and most of the tri-state could see gusts in the range of 40 to 50, which is why we have high wind warnings and wind advisories posted across the area as well. This is all associated with the same storm system that's on its way as we speak, but we still have a few more dry hours. You notice Futurecast keeps us mostly cloudy and drizzly through lunchtime. And then as we head toward 2 or 3, we start to see the radar light up. A few scattered showers. That continues through dinner time tonight. By 9 or 10, the scattered rain becomes much more widespread. And by midnight, that's when we're getting the heavy rain that's starting to set in. We expect the bulk of the moisture still between midnight tonight and 6 a.m. Monday morning. These rainfall rates at times can be 1 to 2 inches per hour. So that's what could prompt really that flood threat as we move into tomorrow morning. But I want to point out 6 a.m. tomorrow, we are still seeing pockets of heavy rain. And that, I think, is the difference between last week's storm event and this week's, is we're going to keep that heavy rain in play a little closer to the morning commute. So we're not going to see as much time for that floodwater to recede by rush hour like we did last Monday. So I think you need to plan ahead tonight, give yourself a little extra time to get where you're going. There will be a lull in rain activity tomorrow, late morning, early afternoon. But it looks like scattered rain will return during the afternoon, and then finally that storm system moves on moving into Tuesday as the cold air blasts in behind the storm system, which means we could see a few flurries as we head toward Tuesday, especially for our north and west suburbs. Gotta talk wind. We're looking at wind gusts by the overnight hours already in that 40 to 50 mile per hour range at the coast. And then look at these numbers moving towards sunrise tomorrow. 50 to 60 mile per hour gusts for our coastal communities. That really could produce damage. Montauk's reading is about 60 miles per hour heading toward 8:30 tomorrow morning. That on saturated ground can cause issues with the damage and with power lines. So really, we got to take it seriously. Even if you were okay with last week's storm, this is a new one. Although the threats seem to be about the same with the 2 to 4 inches of rain and a similar wind speed, you still got to just give yourself a little extra time to get where you're going tomorrow in case the impacts in your particular neighborhood are a little worse with that localized flooding threat. Here's the hour by hour today, and you do see the rain chance just steadily climb, right? So by the time we get to tonight, fairly widespread. Air quality is moderate, pollen is low, so weather wellness is fine. We're all focused on the rain. Mid-50s today, winds increase, rain chances increase, and then tonight that AccuWeather alert goes into effect with very gusty wind, very heavy rain, prompting flooding and the potential for wind damage. Tomorrow, it's a messy morning, and then we taper off those rain chances moving into the second half of our Monday. By Tuesday, we can wrap up the storm system. We settle into a quieter stretch with colder temperatures. Michelle?
All right. We're going to need it.
Welcome winter. Coming on Thursday. Still ahead. The Nets are looking to turn things around on the road as they take on the Warriors.
And the Devils, Jack Hughes putting on quite the show in Columbus as he accomplishes something for just the second time in his career. Sam Ryan has the highlights in sports coming up.